qualifier picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code PLGP. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Tuesday, October the 7th. We are here to handicap a full slate of action for, who knows, well, I don't know why I said that, that's not true. World Cup stuff, international break, all good, etc. We have made some incredibly half-hearted picks later on. So we'll do all of that once we've had a look across our picks for the weekend and the Premier League weekend, which finished, and had some light-hearted chat with none other than from somewhere in Nottinghamshire. It's the birthday boy tomorrow. One of my favourite bits of the year is discussing Barry's presence is becoming a bit of a feature on the show, whether it's his Father's Day gifts or his Christmas, or indeed his lack of attendance at his own daughter's birthday curry, which went, that was terrible. Barry Penaluna. Barry, birthday tomorrow. I can't see any banners behind you. What is there? One of those big nets just above your head full of balloons ready to come down, all of that? What's happening?
That's nothing. It's all very calm and normal around here at the moment. But yeah, I am out for a meal tomorrow. Helen is taking me out for lunch. I have no idea where I'm going. It's a surprise. The kids aren't involved. So, Sophie, we don't do anything as a family for birthdays.
No.
As you mentioned.
Fuck that.
No, so we're going out for a nice lunch somewhere, but I have no idea where. But,
okay.
Big week of birthdays. Yours later in the week as well.
That's mine the day after, Barry. Yes, we have our annual cute tradition of me texting you, happy birthday, you're catching me up. And then you text me the day after saying, happy birthday, yeah, I didn't catch you up anymore. Something like that. We've done that for quite a few years, Barry. It's quite canny, isn't it, really?
One funny thing that happened tonight actually was I turned 45 as it happened. And my mum sent me a message tonight saying, I've sent you £40 for your birthday. But it was because she thought I was turning 40. My own mother thought I was turning 40. She thought she sent me £40. And I had to tell her I'm not 40, I'm 45. She went, oh, yeah, that's right. It's Jamie that's turning 40 this month.
Oh, yes, okay.
So she probably wants her 40 quid back now.
All right. I thought that means you would get an extra £5. Is that not?
No, it didn't work like that. I think it was just a special one. She thought she'd send us an extra 40 quid, but there you go.
Well, yeah. If you know, the only thing I've asked for was a ray gun, but I don't know. Betty came downstairs yesterday and says to Dad, do you really want a ray gun? I was like, yes. So whether I get one or not, Baz, it's a bit fucking short notice, isn't it? I mean, that was then, what day was it? Monday, 3 days before the event. Frantic. I could hear them all frantically upstairs trying to organise shit because they've clearly done nothing.
On that note, I mean, Helen's just gone to bed now, but half an hour ago she said to me, is there anything you want for your birthday?
Yeah, I got that on Sunday.
Well, we're talking
cracking it, Barry, really.
For the occasion in this house. But there you go.
Tell you what, we are put upon ringing you, by the way. Very much put upon. Luckily, I'm sure the listeners have arranged all kinds of things, Barry, and there'll be large amounts of cash falling through the letterbox and stuff like that. Oh, yeah. Speaking of whom, Callum was first in. Callum was first in last night, actually, asking where we were because we had originally scheduled it for Monday before we realised there was so little to talk about over the next 9 days or so that we're just going to do one show. So Monday seemed a bit too early. So Callum was in the MLB chat. He's here. Fefwef, welcome. Smudger's here. Danny, not the Macklem, is here. John Cullifay. Jason. Jason he's a big MLB guy. Jason's been throwing out the winners over on the MLB Gambling Podcast. Welcome, Jason. Nice to have you. Who else is here? Joe Dollar, our monthly Predict Addict winner. Joe, welcome along. Not much. It does seem like forever since the Premier League weekend finished, Baz. No, it's only Tuesday. It was quite a good weekend. I worked a little bit. I went to Scarborough on Friday night into that immigrant hotel that you mentioned. It wasn't that one. The fucking weather was absolutely ridiculous. I did a couple of commentaries. I did Inter Milan on Saturday, and I did Lille v PSG. Actually, it was Inter Milan Cremonese, so I got to watch Jamie Vardy for 10 minutes off the bench on Saturday. I did Lille PSG on Sunday, which was like a dog with fleas. I enjoyed Newcastle winning. It was important. But I did hamstring us a little bit, Barry, because I locked us out of our betting account. Well, and kind of intentionally as well. Now, we do, promote responsible gambling, don't we, on this show? I think, as everyone should do. And because I was going to work on Friday, me and Baz have got a little pot that we use for various things. So we put the bet on the football on Friday night. And then because I was going to Scarborough and back, I was going to be in the passenger seat of the van for like 6 hours. I didn't want to spend the whole trip gambling on the horses, which was very possible. Like all the way down and then on the American race and on the way back and spunk all the money that I'd gone and earned. So, and I do this quite a lot, I put the time out on the account. So I put it on till 11 o'clock the next morning. So me and Barry can then fill our boots on the Saturday. Except on the Saturday morning when I came to put our Saturday bets on, I'd actually clicked on next Saturday instead of last Saturday. So I was
still locked out.
If you saw, you might have noticed on Twitter on Saturday morning, I'd done some flower arranging. I was never more productive than I was on Saturday morning. The IT department didn't know what had got into me. I was hoovering. I was fucking mowing the lawn, saving in the bed, did some flower arranging. I was doing all sorts of things because I'd locked us out of our account. And then I thought you could take it off at like 24 hours notice or something. And you can't, it turns out. So I had a very heated debate with Lucy G on customer services yesterday, who just kept saying, no, you're wrong. So it turns out I can't. So we're still locked out till next Saturday at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Unfortunately, we don't want to touch any of this stuff anyway.
I probably done us. Our picks on Sunday night in the NFL was so bad. I probably saved us what was left of our pot anyway, but so yeah, apologies for that. Did I miss any winners, Baz?
Winners? No, I don't. I think we've probably done all right out of it. The reverse gambling, hoping the actual bets that we would have lost, worked out all right. I think in the end.
Fair enough. What I'm a bit discombobulated here, Barry. Download the SGPN app. Do that. In your app store, you do that. Have you done it? Easy free access to all of SGPN's picks and podcasts. Picks-wise, I've done all right. I won profit just 5 and 5, so just over 10 units back. But I feel like I fucking hit the post on everything, Barry. This week could have been my best week ever. My lock hit again. Locks are I haven't tracked him, but I feel like I say every week my lock hit. I must be like 5 and 2 or 6 and 1 or something, which was the both teams to score over 2.5 on Friday night, Bournemouth Fulham, which took a little while to get going, but we got there in the end. My underdog was chinned at the death, which was Wolves. My corned beef pie, Aka hit, Baz. Nice price as well, 15-4 plus 372 for both teams to score in Bournemouth, Chelsea and Wolves. In my stake in Stilton, didn't win, but it easily could have won. I took Tottenham. It were a big price. I took Palace and Wolves. And I know that Palace could be. Palace were 1-0 up and should have scored 2 or 3. Had to wrap that game up and Wolves could have won. I want to shout out Orange Light Riot on Twitter, who, out of nowhere, he put my corned beef pie actor on, Baz, but he stuck in, so it was that both teams to score, Bournemouth, Chelsea, Wolves. And then nobody told him to do this, but he put Tottenham in as well, made it a 4-timer. So hit it. It was about 16-1, I think. Yeah, it was. So good effort there. Orange Light Riot went rogue and did his own thing. I made no bad picks, Barry, at all. I normally come in and tell you what my bad picks were, but I didn't make any bad picks. I was disappointed with 2. I was disappointed with Man City because I took them to score over 2.5. And what a fucking mental game that was, because they scored after 12 minutes and they absolutely battered Brentford. And then it was like both teams just decided not to bother anymore. Nothing happened.
We'll just leave it there, lads.
Yeah, that'll do, lads. It's like a gentleman's agreement. You don't batter us and we won't try and equalise. And that's what So I was disappointed with that. And the Chelsea-Liverpool shots came 2 under. But nothing happened in the first 25 minutes. I was doing that into Milan game, so I just kept checking the stats on the little Bet313 box. And I thought it was broken because nothing was moving. It was like 28 minutes. It was still on 1 shot. I thought, that can't be right. So I was refreshing it. And then it started ticking up. And in the second half, it was whirring round at a rate of knots. So I was disappointed with that one. My losers, Man United, Sunderland, both teams to score in over 2.5. Sunderland should have scored. They had chances. They had chances at 0-0. They had chances throughout the game. Wolves should have won. Palace should have won. So that was my 5 losers, and I thought they all stood chances. 5 winners, delighted with my luck. Arsenal corners. The Newcastle under was a great pick because I stuck to my guns and we thought they were under teams. Villa, both teams to score, and Spurs at a big price. So, yeah, plenty of good stuff in there. And I do feel like I was a little bit unlucky. One other person in the winner's circle, Baz, was Data Dave. Fucking hell. He's got, what's he on, 6-1 now? Or 5-1 because he missed one. And again, short prices, but he went Arsenal to win and under 4.5 goals. So Data Dave is in the winner's circle again. Baz, you were fairly down the middle, weren't you?
I was garbage, to be honest with you. I'm glad you had a good week because mine was pretty rubbish. It was another week where I started quite well. I had the Bournemouth on the Friday night game. But other than that, it was not a lot. I got lucky with both teams to score and over 2.5 in the Liverpool-Chelsea game with the late Chelsea winner. Newcastle corners done well, but unfortunately I didn't take that one as my ladder. My ladder was the Spurs corner. Spurs only got 1.
Did they only get 1 corner?
Yep.
Fucking hell, that's pretty impressive.
Haven't hit double figures for weeks in a row, but they went right off. My Cornmeat Pie, I was let down by Sunderland. I think everybody else, it was both teams to score. 2 of the 3 hit. Sunderland let me down. So overall, yeah, it was a poor week for me.
Fair enough then, Baz. We won't dwell on that. It's your birthday. We are brought to you by mybookie.ag. Your place to bet on football and everything else. The prop builder is second to none. The motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. And we're brought to you by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you're getting the best prices. Available in over 35 states. Download the Novig app. Get $50 when you spend $5 if you use the promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. Eye catchers, Baz. It was all right weekend. I didn't mind it. There wasn't. We'll start with Newcastle because we're both Newcastle fans, why not? Have you ever seen the penalty win goal of the month, Barry? Because I think we could be in that fucking territory. I mean, just goal of the season, pushing it a little bit. That was
might be pushing a bit. By the way, Tonali could have been in for goal of the season if his had went in.
I was a cross though, wasn't it?
No, he was going for the far corner, wasn't he?
He fucking wasn't.
Had to tip it over. Yeah, that would have been a beauty, that. Yeah, good pen.
It was. I just enjoyed everything about it. Big Dick Nick is fast becoming one of my all-time favourites. Big Dom always says that my favourite players, they have to tick certain boxes, which is normally have a silly name and funny hair, and if they can run really fast. They're my 3 favourite things. So DeAndre Yedlin was right in there. He's like the pinnacle of all this. Big Dick Nick can't run really fast, but he ticks the other 2 boxes. The way he crabbed up to that penalty, like he'd shit his pants, like he'd followed through, and then just absolutely thunder-twatted it into the top corner, I thought was fucking magnificent. I enjoyed that a lot. it was a funny game because obviously everyone's kind of focusing on Ange and stuff. At half time, I thought they're going to beat us 1-0 here because nothing happened. And then in the second half, we absolutely battered them. But if you didn't know that was an Ange team, if you'd been away for a month or whatever, you wouldn't have known because they didn't do anything mad. They weren't sort of expansive going forward. They weren't playing a suicidal high line.
Anything.
It was never going to finish 5-4. They played like Old Forest. They played like Nuno's Forest. They've got the big ugly defenders. They've got two good players. That helps. The Elliot Anderson and Morgan Gibbs White are very good. I thought Nuno picked the wrong team because they had fuck all up front. I was delighted when I saw Chris Wood on the team sheet rather than Jesus. He didn't play Hudson-Odoi, who's done well against us. So I just think he picked the wrong team. But you can see where Forest will pick or have traditionally picked up results recently by getting 1-0 in front because they've gotten a few good positions in the first half. And if you get 1-0, it would have been a bally. I thought the referee was absolutely weak as piss. And I don't know if I say that all the time. He just gave those ones where you get the nudge in the back. You know, that awful kind of free kick where someone feels a touch in the back and they go down. But he did it all over the pitch. So the strikers were doing it, the midfielders were doing it. He just allowed them to referee the game. So you could see where at half-time where Forest's intentions were. But we had enough about us, thankfully, to get it out. But yeah, that was a bit of a odd one, that.
I mean, I felt, for me, it wasn't a very good game. I just felt it to me, it just had an air of inevitability that eventually we were going to get one. Like, even at 0-0 sort of at half-time, I just felt there just wasn't enough about Forest. They didn't have enough threat. You said they created a few chances, but as you say, Wood can't carry on starting for them. Like, I know he had enough credit in the bank from last year, but that's got to have expired now. But yeah, I always felt we were going to get there. Though when you're hanging on at 1-0 late on, you sort of were crying out for the second goal, but got there in the end. But it wasn't a pretty one.
And Ange just like on Thursday night, every time I glanced at him,
I thought that every time the camera went to him, and he was just hands on his hips, shaking his head.
Just looks bewildered. Like, that's the word. He looks like a bewildered man. And I don't know if I really like it or I think he's ridiculous. It's just, and now the post-match interviews are the same all the time. Because we saw it so often, it's the staring at your shoes, like, whatever. Liverpool caught the eye because they're too sad to win now, Baz. They're all too sad, which is it. They weren't too sad a few weeks ago. That was fine. They were all happy enough to win. But now they're too sad to win. So if someone could tell us, someone from the Liverpool camp before the match, if they could tell us if they're happy or sad, which one it is, then that would help, I think. We need to know beforehand whether or not they're happy enough to win or they're too sad to win. When that winning goal went in, I swear I heard the fucking street go up. Like, we went up, I heard next door going. I could see people jumping up and down. I could see shadows behind the curtains across the way. Simmers said he was in the club, some working men's club, and that went berserk. And then, while I was still jumping about celebrating that, I got news that Steve Bruce had been sacked. It was an all-timer. I had a proper good 90 seconds. I was like, yes, have that, you fat knacker. So I was buzzing about that and all. So Liverpool conceded at the same time as Steve Bruce got sacked. Was a particularly sexually arousing 5 minutes. Don't know what to make it. Chelsea or Liverpool. It hasn't changed anything really because one of the teams won 2-1, but the other one could have done. But it's just great when it's not Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, I've obviously enjoyed that one, but there wasn't really much more to take out of the weekend. Really, I wasn't, nobody blew me away. There wasn't any massive talking points from anything. So
nothing changed, did it? Like,
no,
I watched Leeds. I thought they were all right. I said I wanted to watch them a bit closer because they were priced up like they were half decent, and actually they played well. That game could have gone okay. I took Tottenham, so I got on the right side of it. Man United, Sunderland, nothing changed. Man U came down on the right side of a good goal. Sunderland missed some chances, couple of decisions. Villa, Burnley, nothing changed there. Going back through the games. Wolves, Brighton, again, like we know Brighton are just cheating, a waste of fucking time. Bournemouth and Fulham just played basketball until it finished. Arsenal West Ham hasn't 2-0 home win for a 1-5 favourite. So that's pretty standard fare there. And the Everton Palace, I mean, Palace were unfortunate. Were 1-0 up, should have scored more goals. And then a silly penalty and a deflection. And all of a sudden, Everton have won the football match. But yeah, there wasn't any great takes. There wasn't any great controversies, any upsets or anything like that, Baz. So yeah, not an awful lot else caught my eye in there. If anybody's got anything in the chat who wants to bring anything up, by all means, see. Bob D has joined us as well. Bob, welcome along. I think that's just about me done, Baz, before we go and make a few picks. Anything you want to mention?
No, not from the weekend, no. You didn't give us a chance to get me lifestyle out at the beginning. You moved on too quickly, so I'll have to chuck that out at the end.
Well, no, we do that now, Baz.
All right.
Baz, no one wants to listen to whatever 3 dog shit picks you've made on fucking...
No. I don't even want to listen.
On Greece v Belarus or whatever it is. So tell us what you had for your dinner or what kind of underpants you're wearing or whatever it is. I'm
going to talk grassroots football, obviously, because that's what we do. I had a funny old weekend. We spent Saturday watching Chloe refereeing.
Yeah.
She first experience for her. The coach entered the field of play, walked 20 yards across the pitch to go and shout in her face. This is under 10s football with a 15-year-old referee, a grown man walking across the pitch to go and shout at her. So that was ridiculous.
So the coach came on the pitch to shout at Chloe?
Yeah. You know what she'd done wrong in his eyes? She'd stopped the game because a boy was on the floor crying. And he didn't want her to stop the game because he had possession and we should have carried on because it wasn't a head injury. You know, like under 10s football. It's like absolutely ridiculous. It's the sort of thing I would scream at the telly. I mean, I don't know where you live or whatever, but you not very often after we've recorded the show, like we're just before we say it back, you tell me some shit that's happened at the weekend, and all this shit happens to you. I never see it. You see some shenanigans. You might get one parent acting like a knob, but you tell me some of the stuff you see. Like I can't get my head around what's going on in Nottinghamshire, Baz. It's bizarre. So yeah, we've had to make a report to the FA. So he'll be in trouble anyway. He'll get done, fined and banned and all that. But what a shambles. The next day, Christ, man, we played this team who we should be competitive against. And it's gale force winds, like absolutely gale force winds. And the pitch is like that. There's a clear upwards and downwards. So we get there early. We set up in the top half of the pitch with the wind behind us, playing downhill. Perfect. Get the momentum. It's what you've got to do, isn't it? You've got the wind. You want the wind first half. Sets it all up. Didn't discuss any of that with the kids. They go for the coin toss, and our captain turns us around. I'm like, have they? I assumed when we switched ends that the other team had won the toss and switched ends. I spoke to the captain at half time. I said, I take it they switched us in. She went, no, I did. I said, why? She went, the sun was in our keeper's eyes. We thought we'd do better at the other end. I was like, did you not think about the fucking 40-mile-an-hour winds behind us and the downward slope? So we go in at half time 3-0 down, and we come back in the second half. We win the second half, but not enough. We got beat 4-2 in the end.
Well, that's the option. If you know you've got the wind badge, you can park the bus first off and then come at them. Like
we thought we'd get the momentum, so that fucked us up. But anyway, more importantly, football. We had some international football. Did I mention it last week?
You said there was a team coming from Holland or Jamaica or Fiji or somewhere.
No, Canada.
No, that's why Canada.
Yeah, we had Team Canada over. So we had a school team over from Toronto in Canada tonight. Turned up to give us a game. We didn't really know what to expect. It's one of them where we thought these could come in and be like absolute pro level and sort of absolutely destroy us. But then I got a message last night from the bloke who was arranging the tour for them. And he said, just let you know, I mean, they're not a great standard and they got absolutely hammered last night against a team. So they turned up to us thinking, I was speaking to a few of them, they're like, yeah, we're not very good, we're just a school side. And but actually, it turned out to be a really good game. We finished 2-2. We took the lead twice, gave the lead up twice, and then we finished with a penalty shootout because the North Americans don't like a tie, do they?
Oh, no. Can't have a tie.
We won on penalties anyway.
Did you not take American-style penalties where you run from the
USA
halfway
pens.
line?
We do that in training a lot. Actually, we call it USA pens when they've got to run at the keeper. But yeah, we had a good. All the Canadians enjoyed it. Our lot enjoyed it. However, there was part of the bloke driving the bus for these people was a former Premier League footballer.
No way.
Can you guess the name of the former defender from Leicester City? Premier League defender, 26 goals to his name.
Jeez.
I recall him being a bit of a fantasy football legend because of his amount of goals he scored from defence for Leicester back in the day.
Right, I want to say Ricardo Pereira, but I'm certain he's not a bus driver. Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
90s, like start of the Premier League era.
I can't think, Baz. Give us a clue.
Matt Elliott.
Oh, Matt Elliott. Oh, big baldy bloke.
Cup final for them, didn't he? Won them a cup final, didn't he? Years and years ago.
Yeah, very good.
He must be part of organising football tours or something like that. But anyway, I was chatting to him for a little bit. That was a bit of a random one.
Steve Walsh, that's who I was thinking of. Lee's guest Steve Walsh. He was who I was trying to go for. Steve Walsh scored up here when we beat Leicester 7-1 that day. Do you remember? 6-0 at half time. Steve Walsh got their goal. I took training tonight for our under 14s. There was only 8 of them, and 2 of them were absolute knobs. It was a complete waste of everybody's time. I hated every minute of it. And also, it was a 3-hour. I was out the house. Why am I out the house for 3 hours, Buzz? Like, he does one session 7 till 8 for one team, the session 8 till 9 for the other team. So we have to leave at 6:30. He then trains 7 till 9, and we're back in at 9:30. Like 3 hours. It was fucking interminable. So there you go. Okay. Is that? Oh, you all chatted out now, Buzz?
I'm all done. Yeah.
28 minutes. Fucking hell. International beat. I'm so sorry, everyone, that we have to endure this. It's nobody's fault. Underdog is a great place to play fantasy picking. You can win up to 500 times your entry. Simply pick higher or lower on your favourite player stats. Available for a ton of sports. Underdog is a brand new offer for customers. Play $5, get $100 in bonus funds using our code PLGP. And Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL with picks and props. They went 8-2 on passing props over the week. 5-5-0 on Dylan Gabriel debut props. Rhythm is giving away weekly cash prizes. Track your bets in the app. 5 bets at the same time from any model you build on and could win $1,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use the promo code SGPN25. Right, okay. Before we make some picks, Barry, half time is approaching in the board game that's on everybody's lips. I phoned Simmers this morning and he phoned, and when he answered the phone, the first words out of his mouth were, yeah, go on, Baz. I was like, what the fuck's the matter with you? And he said, I've just heard Barry score that penalty. So he was listening. So this morning, in his articulated lorry, Barry, up the veins and arteries of this great nation, there was people celebrating your penalty goal to put you 2-0 up. If you remember, Barry, it's I think this is the last goal before half time.
What happened last time? Did you play it to the left?
I played it 4 sideways that way, and you played it 3 sideways back.
Did I go?
So it's
right?
in the centre.
Did I go to the right?
If you're looking forwards, yeah.
That's
back to the centre.
Yeah.
I knocked it out the centre circle. You knocked it back into the centre circle.
I just need to delete that card now. That's all.
Yeah, I got beat to send you a card a minute ago. So it's my turn, Baz. And I mean, I'm just playing down for half time here. I'm gonna play. Oh, hang on. Got the wrong cards, or they might have been in the draw, man. Sorry, everybody. This is good content. I'm going to play the same card I played last time, but in the other direction. But I'm going 4 sideways. That one.
So where are we now then?
1, 2, 3, 4. A4 in the blue half.
Right.
So And this, Barry, is the last kick of the half. It's going to be half time after you've played this card.
Right.
So
I will go.
Yeah.
Forward 7.
Oh, fuck off. I was in the penalty area. Shit.
Left 4.
What?
Left 4.
Oh.
Forward 3.
Into the corner of the goal is what you're telling me there, but.
Yep, basically.
Okay. Andy Williams is saying shoot. But yes, shot. Bloody hell. That's come all the way from who's that? Over there. Malbec played the ball into Tanat, and it looks like Remy Loire stuck that in the bottom corner. Okay, then. I do have a goalkeeper card, thankfully, Barry. I'm going to Robin Bravo here. It's gone full length. Peter Shilton, and goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to B4, and that, Barry, is half time. Peep, peep, peep. Half time whistle goes. With Barry leading. How do you feel about that? Frustrated?
A little bit, yeah. I thought I might take the 3-0 lead right on the half time mark, but good save. Don't complain.
That would have been a massive, massive, massive kick in the stones if you'd taken a half time lead. Right, okay. Champion, well, that was good, everybody. Half time here. It is Barry Penaluna 2. Malcolm Bamford. Nothing. Right, what sort of picks have you got, Baz? How many picks you made, etc.?
I've just got 3 European World Cup qualifying picks.
3 European World Cup qualifying picks. I made 4 picks because I always make more than you because you're born idle. So let's go.
I can get away with it.
Yeah, that's true. Europe World Cup qualifying. I'm going to start. We don't know if we've got the same picks or not. I'm going to start on Friday night, Barry, at 7:45, which is 2:45 Eastern Time. Northern Ireland in Slovakia. Northern Ireland are 7-5 plus 140. 19-10 the draw plus 190. Slovakia 9-4 plus 225. I just think now we did Northern Ireland last time, didn't we? It was Northern Ireland v Luxembourg, and we ended up on different sides. And you were right, Northern Ireland done all right, but I think Slovakia are too big here. And what I did with these games, I tried to find a little bit of value, like in the 4 games I've picked. The top of the group after an away win in Germany. So they're coming off an away win in Germany and going to Northern Ireland at 9-4. They've got the bit between their teeth. They're not. I mean, they can now see with that win behind them, automatic qualification because they've only got these little groups of 4. They've got 2 games. They've got Northern Ireland, then Luxembourg. If they can pick up 6 points here, Slovakia get in a really strong position. Like Northern Ireland did get that win in Luxembourg last time, but I don't think that should make them favourites against this team. Like my instinct when I saw these prices was that it was a WTF, and then I looked into it, and I still think it is now. You can take the draw no bet if you want at 11-10. If you think Slovakia can avoid a defeat, which I think at the bare minimum that's what they can do. But I just don't know why they'd be this priced to win it. Having gone to Germany and won, to go to Northern Ireland and win at 21-10 seems a little bit mad to me, Baz.
Well, I've got the same game. So let's see where we end up. See if we end up on the opposite ends of it again. Slovakia currently top in the group, 6 points from 2 games, 3 goals scored, no goals conceded. Northern Ireland with a win and a loss, sitting in second. The first thing that stood out for me was low scoring in the Slovakia games in particular. And I did like the unders here. It's a really short price, though, at 1-2. They've had 3 clean sheets in a row, Slovakia, and 6 of their last 7 have went under 2.5 goals. 5 of the 7 went under 1.5 goals. So I think we're going to expect a tight one. Slovakia are a decent side. As you say, that result over Germany stands out, obviously. And as Northern Ireland picked up a winner over Luxembourg, they were beaten by Germany. And they don't keep many clean sheets, Northern Ireland. I think they've got 1 in their last 7. So in a possibly, what I think will be a low-scoring affair, coming up against a side who I think coming up against a decent side. I think Northern Ireland are up against it, yeah. Slovakia as an underdog appealed in exactly the same way for exactly the same reasons. And like you, I thought about the draw no bet market. I thought the 0-0 or the 1-1 could definitely be in play. But actually, I think Slovenia will nick this. I think Slovenia might go and take a 1-0. So exactly the same pick, bit of an underdog play. Slovakia at 9-4 for me.
You kept switching between Slovakia and Slovenia there, Barry, absolutely seamlessly.
I didn't notice, but anyway.
That's how seamless it was.
It is.
It was Slovakia, by the way.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, right. Of all the games globally, Barry, we've ended up on the same play. That one. Okay, you go next.
Next one for me is, we're going back a day. So I'm on the Thursday night with Malta and Netherlands.
Okay.
We've got an issue here.
No, I'm just laughing at Netherlands' price, 33-1 on.
Yeah, well, I mean, first part of my notes is it's a bit of an odd one to jump to with a 33-1 on favourite. So Malta are 40-1 for this. The draw is 16-1, and Netherlands 1-33. So yeah, a bit of an odd one to go, but I still think there's a pick there in this. Netherlands are going well, top of the group, 10 points. A draw v Poland being the only blip for them. They faced Malta already in the qualifying and beat them 8-0 in the home game. And Netherlands have been a threat up top recently. They've scored 2 or more in 6 of their last 8. They scored 5 goals versus Spain over 2 legs in the Nations League. So I think there's plenty of attacking options for Netherlands. They are looking good going forward. Malta have got 2 points, but they've scored only 1 goal in their 5 games so far. So I do fancy Netherlands to shut them out. And then I think the handicap's right in play. Netherlands can hit them for 4 or 5 here. Handicap's -3.5 is what I've gone for. But I'm taking Netherlands -3.5 at 6-5 plus 120.
Yeah, don't mind that at all, Baz. My battery just went there on me light. I'll have to sit here and smoulder in the dark a little bit. It means I can't see my notes, unfortunately, but that's not a problem. I'm going to Saturday tea time. The game is Norway against Israel. Norway 1-5. The draw 5-1. And Israel are 10-1. Norway are flying, absolutely flying. 100% record from 5 games. Scored 24, conceded 3. You put them up last time, didn't you, on a little handicap of some description, or a goal total maybe, and they bashed up Moldova 11-1. But they've got a 3-0 win over Italy in their recent game log. They put 5 past Kazakhstan. They put 4 past Slovenia. Now, the only thing that put me off here a tiny bit was that Martin Odegaard's injured, and he's a big player. But they've got a shit ton going forward. Erling Haaland is currently unplayable for defenders, better than those that Israel will have. Jorgen Strand-Larsen, who we know from Wolves, Alexander Sorloth, that big lump who plays for Atletico Madrid, who was at Palace briefly. Shelderup, lad from Benfica, I've watched a couple of times in the Champions League this year. They've got some weapons going forward. And Israel have been involved in some high-scoring games. If you remember last time, they lost 5-4 to Italy. Got themselves right back in the game and absolutely blew that one, actually. But they beat Moldova 4-0. These two played each other in March in the reverse fixture. And Norway won 4-2. They're just goals absolutely everywhere. So the pick, Baz, Norway will beat them. Is Norway to win in over 3 goals at 6-5 plus 120. So we get the push. The push is an option if Norway win and there is 3. So 2-1 or 3-0. But Norway to win in over 3 goals by 6-5 plus 120.
Yeah, my next one goes into Saturday. So I've gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday with my picks. I've gone for the Sweden v Switzerland game next. Just loading up the prices here. Sweden are 27-20 plus 135. The draw 23-10 plus 230. And Switzerland 19-10 plus 190. I like this one straight away. It stood out for a few things, really. I like the goals. because Sweden have got off to a bad start. They picked up just 1 point from their 2 games. Switzerland, on the other hand, sit on the top, 6 points, 7 goals scored, no goals conceded in their 2. They've both played the same opponents so far. So Sweden lost 2-0 to Kosovo. Switzerland went and beat them 4-0. Sweden drew 2-2 with Slovenia, and Switzerland beat them 3-0. So Swiss sort of standing out there in terms of the comparison games they've had. Swiss have actually won 5 in a row now, scoring 18 goals and scored a minimum of 3 in every one of the last 5 games. All 5 games went over 2.5, obviously, for that reason. They've seen plenty of goals in Sweden games as well, 13 in the last 3 games for Sweden. They've conceded 2 or more in the last 3 games. So there was loads of reasons I fancied Switzerland here. There was lots of reasons I like the goals. I like Switzerland as a pick. I think you can get Switzerland around 2-1. I think it's a big price given the form they're in off the back of 5 wins in a row. I also like the over 2.5 at 10-11. So I've sort of combined the two, and I've went for the team total. Switzerland team totals 13-8 for Switzerland to score 2 here. As I say, Switzerland have scored 3 in 5 consecutive games. Sweden have conceded 2 in each of their last 3. So yeah, I love this one for goals. I do like the Swiss to get more of them, and I'll take the Swiss team total over 1.5 at 13-8.
Okay, like that, Baz. We're going to move continents now, Barry. As many of you know, I am Tyneside's premier African football analyst. So much so, Barry, that my new job have got me on Friday afternoon, Barry, a 2:00 kickoff between Gambia and Gabon. Full 90-minute commentary if anyone's listening from either of those 2 regions. So fucking hell, that's going to be an issue. I don't mind doing teams I know is easy. Doing teams I was less familiar with, like Cremonese or Karabag a couple of weeks ago, is not as straightforward. Gambia v Gabon is going to be a challenge, Baz, on Friday afternoon. I didn't make a pick in that game, actually, although I have had a look at it. And if you gave me £1, I would put it on Gabon at 11-10. The game I've gone to, though, is on... What day is it? Let's see if I can find it. Wednesday at 5:00. So lunchtime, Wednesday, Eastern time. And it's the Central African Republic against Ghana. Baz, Central African Republic are 11-1, 5-1 the draw. Ghana 1-4 favourites, minus 400. A lot of these sections, Africa, Asia, we're getting into the final kind of throws now. Teams that can win 1 or 2 games in this little break and qualify. Central African Republic form has completely disappeared, but they've got 5 losses in their last 6 games. They haven't scored in 5. They're 5th in this group, 5 points from 8 games. They've conceded 17 goals, but they have scored 8 as well. I think they could chip in here. Ghana haven't had an awful spell going back a little while. It look like they're coming out the other side. They've won 6 of 8. They've scored 17. They've got a ton of goal scorers up front. Semenyo, chief amongst them. They've got loads of good players up top. They're trying to hold off Madagascar, who Callum just mentioned in the chat there. They're trying to hold off Madagascar, who we had as winners last time out in Group I. The Ghana on the handicap appeals, minus 1.5 at 4-5. But like I said, I think that CAR can chip in. So I'm going to go... Ghana are going to win this 2-1 effectively. So over 2.5 goals, Baz, is the pick. Because then we get the safety net of Ghana winning 3-0, just in case. So over 2.5 goals in Central African Republic and Ghana is 19-20, minus 105. As 3802 has joined us in the chat. Welcome along. Barry, you have one more game?
No, I'm done.
We double parked, didn't we?
I?
Okay. Right, so the last game I have made a pick on then is this is a game I'm also commentating on, but it's the USA. So we get to handicap a lot of our listeners' homeland here. is the USA against Ecuador, which is a friendly, and it's got something to do with Hispanic heritage, fucking something or other. They're playing the game in Houston, Texas, overnight for us on Friday, so it's midnight, Saturday morning, which is 7:30 Eastern time on Friday if you're in the States. USA 5-4 plus 125, 21-10 the draw plus 210. Ecuador 21-10 plus 210. USA beat Japan last time out, but they just consistently struggle against teams in the top 25 FIFA rankings. They're just not at that level at all. Pochettino's really struggling with them. And Ecuador have been outstanding. They finished second in South American qualifying, which is a tough group there. They finished second behind Argentina. So they're in front of Brazil, Colombia, all those boys. They're unbeaten in 10 matches, including a win against Argentina. And that win for the USA against Japan is the only good form on display in forever. Some comparison games, possibly. They lost to South Korea. They lost to Mexico. They got beat 4-0 off Switzerland. These teams like Ecuador that maybe are just like a 1B international team, not your top level, but your next one's down. Turkey beat them. Canada beat them. Fucking Panama. Panama aren't even in Canada, aren't 1B. They're 1C, 1D teams. Ecuador have to be the value here. They're massive. It's a bit like Slovakia. I just scratched my head, WTF, when I saw the prices. Joe Dollar saying there, there's a home game for Ecuador in Houston as well. There's no home field advantage for the USA. It's going to be all Ecuadorians and the likes. Unbelievable. Again, if you want to do the draw no bet, if you want to factor that in, but take Slovakia and take Ecuador, and one of them two are winning bars, or double them both up. I love it.
Nice, yeah. Like a look at that.
Okay, we've got confirmation from 3802. He says you can't polish a turd, only roll it. You can't polish a turd, only roll it in glitter. And Pochettino was just collecting his paycheck. I agree with you. So, Baz, we've somehow dragged this absolute twaddle out for 48 minutes. Have you got anything else that you want to tell the people?
No, I need to get to bed before it's my birthday. Otherwise,
the minute you need to go to bed, so your lass can come down and put up the banners and the fucking cannons, those glitter cannons, all of that.
To the kids before they went to bed, I was like, "What time can I wake you up in the morning?" Because that's what they'll say.
Yeah.
So can I get up at 6:30 or can I get up at 6 o'clock? I was like, "Kids, what time can I get up for my presents in the morning?" They were like, "Don't be waking me up early."
Oh, it's sour times, Baz. Well, have a lovely birthday, mate.
I'm sure I'll be too.
Yeah, well, I probably won't, I'll be saying absolutely nothing going on. I'm 50 years old, Barry, on Thursday. That's disappointing, isn't it?
You fit at 50?
Yeah.
You're not celebrating with any kind of shenanigans?
No.
You're an embarrassment,
Me?
Yes.
It's not up to me to plan my own shenanigans, is it?
I fucking planned a lad's trip to Poland next week and you rejected it, despite the fact it's 3 days after your birthday.
Yeah, there must have been a reason at the time I rejected it. It's probably because I thought people were going to plan shenanigans. Turns out no one gives a shit, which is fair enough.
Having the time of your life.
Well, I'm not having the time of my life. I'll be sitting here watching fucking Gambia versus Gabon. That's what I'll be doing. So that's that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're not going to do anything till next week because what's the point, honestly?
We'll be going early next week. It'll probably be Wednesday for the Premier League pick show.
Yes,
because I am flying out of this country on Thursday.
We'll both be a year older, and I assume an awful lot wiser by the time we do this show next Wednesday.
So that's going later.
And another, I won't be. I'll be another stone heavier. So there you go. Right. Cheers, everybody. The chat, I enjoyed that. Thank you, everyone. It means a lot. Good luck with your picks, and we will see you all down the road. Cheers.